Certainly the best.
Eat phone for excitement. Akatapo masquerade originated from the Igbo culture area of southeast Nigeria, with strong native traditions and importance in Anambra State. It is performed during important cultural festivals such as Iri Ji, New Yam Festival, and other traditional events in Isofia in Anambra State. The Akpo masquerade is known as very active, sometimes wild or energy masquerade, due to its high energy and unpredictable movements. It usually requires strong handlers to manage it, sometimes with a rope tied around the waist to control its movements. Note, it is often regarded as a representation of deity that honor the community appearing during the cultural celebration.
Where's your home? Where are local wine and multi-level? Even ready, multi-level. Chumasin. Happy Sunday. I
the evening of the initiation day, all the newly initiated Edion danced to the residents of the Odion Way and also visited some homes of the various senior elders, where Chief Elder Ogbedio Onwonse was very conspicuous, especially at the country home of Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawo Igbenedion with his family on the night of the initiation. On the following morning, as part of the rite to be performed by the newly initiated Edion in Okada town, the initiates, led by Chief Elder Ogbedio Onwonse, visited the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawo Igbenedion, at his Okada country home residence to pay homage and appreciate him for all he has done in the development of the community, which has placed Okada in world map. They also thanked him for his role in the success of their ceremony. They commended the Esama of Benin as a custodian of Benin cultural heritage and for revitalizing the age-long tradition of the age-grade ceremony.
ITV, certainly the best.
Good afternoon. Welcome to 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Osamudiame Agunlao. I must tell you, today's program promises to be another exciting time because I have with me in the studio very distinguished personalities who will dissect the topic. We are looking at Edo State, but our focus is on infrastructural development and the living conditions of the people. Well, joining me to dissect the topic today, we have Dr. Maxwell Osaige. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you, Ewosa. Thank you.
We also have with us in the studio a leader of congregations, a very distinguished clergyman, analyst, and of course an entrepreneur, Bishop Lucky Omonabiese. Nice to have you.
God bless you, Ewosa. God bless you, viewers.
Okay, you're welcome. So, you will agree with me that the governor of Edo State has lived up to his electionary campaign promises. I'll just bring one. I'm not saying all. He said that he will turn Edo State to a construction hub. Now, do you agree that he has done that? We've seen massive road rehabilitation in certain parts of the state. We just single out the Ramat Park flyover, which of course is the very first to be constructed by any administration. So we give kudos to Governor Monday Okpebholo for embarking on that project. He has assured us that the project will be ready soon. We've seen another flyover going on at Saple Road by Adesowa Road Junction. We give kudos again to Governor Monday Okpebholo for being the first governor to have embarked on these flyover projects in Edo State. But the question is, what about other parts of Edo State? I won't do the talking. What about the living condition? We watched a recent report where residents of the GRA Etete complained of adjoining roads that they are passing through Herculean times. Well, we'll just start with Dr. Maxwell Osaige, who is a lecturer and, of course, a very renowned analyst as well. Dr. Maxwell Osaige, now, looking at this topic, what's your opening remarks?
Okay. Good afternoon, viewers. Well, infrastructure. I think in a state like this, when we want to look at the topic as it entails, Edo State infrastructure and everything, I don't think we should just look at it from the physical aspect of it.
Okay.
There are different aspects of infrastructure.
Okay.
Recently, politicians brought a concept called stomach infrastructure. So we must be able to put all these aspects on the table because whether we like it or not, is the #1 citizen, the governor, Monday Okpebholo, is the #1 citizen of the state. As a father, before you leave the house, you must ensure that your children are well taken care of. Not that when you are outside, you are hearing that they are fighting over a pot of stew or a pot of rice because it's not enough. So, but be that as it may, the reason why we are here is to actually look in details for the past 1 year, because whether we like it or not, by October this year, we'll be clocking 2 years in his regime, and before you know it, it's 4 years. But be that as it may, we not say that he has not started well.
Okay.
You know, I'm not a politician.
Yes.
I'm a seasoned academia, so when I dissect things, I dissect things from a proper perspective.
Okay.
And vis-a-vis putting all the indices
together,
as well as the matrix into proper scrutiny. So we wouldn't say he didn't start well, he started well. But however, we're beginning to see a bit of adjustment from the focus we saw at the beginning of his tenure and everything. I think That's why we're here, and we'll look at it in details.
Okay, thank you. Opening remarks of Dr. Maxwell Osagie. Let's get the opening remarks of Bishop Lucky Omonabiese. Looking at Edo State, looking at the infrastructure, living conditions, and the way the governor has started. What's your opening remarks?
Well, thank you, Osa. The governor is doing well, like concerning roads and whatever. He's still doing well. But the area of living condition, if you ask me, I'll tell you from my own research as a grassroots man with people, it's 100% zero. Because people are suffering. Fuel just moved from 800 something to 960 now. Yeah, and the things are, and more the fuel increase, more things get tougher for the masses. Now, agriculture has been abandoned. Now, the only thing is focusing now is the infrastructure, flyover, roads in the village, in Nisha, in Central, I don't know. Yes, it's doing those things. But the people that want to use that road, if they are not fed, if they are hungry, they can't use that road. A hungry man does not climb flyover. It's not possible. A hungry man will not be able to use a road long time because he says he's hungry. It take a man that is well fed to apply that road. Then the governor should plead, I'm appealing to him, direct some attention to agriculture sector so that there will be food in surplus. Because scarcity of food, there must be inflation. If few people are bringing food to, we have in this hall and we have 40,000 persons here, and only 5,000 persons are supplying food, there's no way that food can go around. The people will also be suffering. In the area of infrastructure, flyover, road rehabilitation, all the road is doing, he's doing well. When it comes to agriculture, living condition of a Edolite, an average Edolite cannot boast of 3 square meters a day. There are people in some area, they cannot take off, they can't boast 1 square meter a day. Why some are even begging to eat? Why some, yesterday I saw in my area, we took kids, a husband, a father, looking for how to get 2 cups of gari. I was just coming from somewhere and I saw him. When I look at it, I said, I need to say, my child have not eaten this morning. It's the little one I gave to him. Now, what caused that area? Because the guy is a farmer. Then those people, this herdsmen issue, they have taken over the area where he do carry his farming business. Now it's back to the town. It's stranded. The only thing he know how to do, I became for him. Now, those children now, they are suffering because of the father. Their father cannot provide for them again. Then the state governor, with due respect to our senator, he should please our governor tackle that area so that the people, I told you that I say, time will come that the people of this country, of this state and this country, will be tired to a point that they will now start launching attack on the legislator, House of Assembly member, House of Friend, the senator. You start seeing people ganging up in the area, beating up a honorable member of Nigeria, House of Rep or House of Senate. God bless you.
Okay, I know what Bishop Lucky Okpebholo is talking about is that the governor of Edo State must revamp the agricultural sector so that more persons can be engaged in the agricultural sector. And to do that, he's saying these herdsmen farmers clash must be resolved. The forest, the farmland in the villages, in the various communities must be made safe for farmers to access their farms without being molested, without being assaulted, without being attacked. So that when we have more persons farming, then there will be more food in markets in the urban areas. That's what Bishop Lucky Omonabiese is talking about. And he's not saying that people willingly attack their representatives. No, but he's saying that we should avoid it. Because if the people are now hungry, then the politicians or their representatives are not safe in the midst of hungry people. I think that's what he's saying. Well, Dr. Maxwell, now we've seen that the governor of Edo State, distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo, seemed to be happy with just the flyover that he has done at Ramat Park. He seems to be emphasizing that. We know that other roads are being done, but some persons are saying that the roads in their communities. For instance, let's just take Oluku community. In Oluku community here, it is very easy for you to access Oluku community. They don't have roads. They don't have good roads. Most of their roads are in very bad shape. Some are having some are being threatened by gullies. Then it is the landlords that normally, donate money to sand fill their roads. It's obvious in Oluku community. The other communities, there's Iyowa, there's Naifo, there's Obaretin, there's Iyanomo. There are so many communities. This is Edo South. I've not even talked about Eastern Central or Edo North. We know that at Udomi, the hometown of the governor, is a construction hub. So many constructions are going on there. But some places are saying it shouldn't be just Ramat Park. The governor should also think of other roads in the localities, in various communities. Maybe you want to look at this perspective.
Okay, thank you. It will be unfair if we say the man on his own part has not tried. He has.
What are you talking about now?
Okay. He has, and he's trying. But just as you said, there are some areas and everything. But don't forget, some of this gully issue is not a state kind of thing. There's what we call ecological fund. And that ecological fund is directly from federal government in tackling some of these things. So you never can tell, but it's the duty of the governor to help in assessing this fund. He's both the state and the federal government on that particular, because gully definitely, you see erosion eating us certain area. We saw it during the time of Oshomole, how he helped in rescue Nauchi in some area and some parts in Edo South. But be that as it may, he has a good relationship with the president. After all, we constantly hear 2.5 million. And,
what's 2.5 million?
2.5 million. Because the governor has assured the president that he will give president 2.5 million votes.
In Edo State?
In Edo State.
Okay, so it's the baby of the governor now. It's the baby of the president right now.
Yes, the baby of the president.
Yes.
By virtue of president hearing 2.5 million, even though I think by the last calculation is our registered voters up to 2.5 million. I think the last time, I don't have that data here right now, but I know that there is no, I know that there is no election that we have conducted in this state that we have where you combine all the vote together, that we had up to 1.5 million voters.
The governor may have his own strategy to get those numbers in favor of the president.
No, see, let us not play politics to gallery. See, when we talk about, there's the difference between Aristotle and Plato is that one is idealist, the other one is realist. Aristotle is realist. Many of the things we put into public view by way of idea, they are far from reality. Let us not come here in the name of playing politics, we hide things, and at the end of the day, nothing good come out of it. Let's talk what is actually real. What is real? I know that's not the debate for today.
Yes.
There is no election that we have conducted in this state, and I do not think the way the electioneering processes is going on now is only God that will make us in Edo State get 500 votes when you add all of them together, if it will be up to 500.
Because 500 what? 500,000
5,000. I'm saying 5,000. I'm not even talking about 500,000 now. Talk less of 1 million. So, because the way the process is going right now is not happy. I'm telling you, I'm in the streets. I'm in the streets.
You mean you think people are hungry and they are?
It's not matter of hungry. There are things that makes people excited to say, I want to go and do this thing. I want to go and do this thing. Do you think that excitement is there right now between you and I and every other person? That 2027 election is coming. Oh, let me go and dust my voter's card. I will vote on that day and everything. It's not there. Because there are a lot of things, you heard my bishop just now, there are a lot of things playing in the minds of people. But be that as it may, let's come to the infrastructure. Okay. That's stomach infrastructure, as he said. People are hungry. But is that the work of the governor? I doubt. Is that the work of the governor to make people not to be hungry and make people to be hungry? No, certainly not. But it's his duty to create those blueprints, those policies that will make things better. Has the governor been so helpful since he entered? He's not collecting tax anywhere. Nobody sells in the market and pay any tax. No bus driver drive from one place to another place and pay any tax.
Why is he not collecting?
There is no tax. Invariably, there are more money to the people. So the people are getting more money.
But even the drivers now, the drivers
are getting more money.
They have not reduced the taxi fare.
Yes, that is the nature of human being. That is the nature of human being. Once there is a hike in something, even if government have done their best in bringing it down and everything, you see them, it still remains. See, the scripture says, it said, the heart of men are desperately wicked. So while we point finger to those in authority, we at the grassroots are the greatest problem of Nigeria. Because we are not ready to make anything change. I want to give you an example. In my community where I live, there is one big company there, and they said they want to bring sand out to ensure that they take care of the road and just grade the road and put sand. The people in the community who use that road on a daily basis, who complain that, oh, our tire and everything, immediately the company, just 2 days ago, said, okay, let me put sand on the road. The sand they were bringing now from their company, the same street people started meeting the driver, paying 30,000, 40,000 to channel into the building where they can do their own normal house filling. So
to fill their foundation.
To fill their foundation.
Instead of road.
Something meant for the road. So is that the governor's issue? Is that a governor issue? Will you say that company has not done well? Maybe the manager has given a go ahead. But individuals that are complaining on the same road are the people who started siphoning the processes. So see, let's call this spade a spade. Let's come back to the governor. In terms of road, yes, indeed, I don't understand why governor is doing a selective approach to road fixing. I don't know why he's doing selective. He's best known to him. He knows his pulse. So I want to believe the reason why he's not collecting all this money, where if you go to Edo GIS, it's like everybody's sleeping there. That's an agency that is meant to be generating money. If you go to all other agencies and everything, if you go to our New Benin here, our FRO, what do you call it? Eternal generators. Almost all of them are sleeping. Now, these are people that we are paying. See, when you live in a place, you must be responsible to the place. Now, one of the things that makes us responsible is that we pay our taxes. Yes, indeed, on the governor's zone, he has felt, okay, he need to bring food to the people's table. So, for that reason, he's not ready to take money from anybody. What he's getting from federal government is solving whatsoever he wants to solve. But he must understand that what will make the food to leave the farm to marketplace is good road. Now, as we speak, I have problem with the infrastructure. Let me tell you where my problem lies. For everything that he's doing is not actually the concept infrastructure developing, the company handling this thing. For example, Saplero. I live in Saplero houses. Okay. This Chinese company, when we are growing up, when we see Julius Berger, when they are doing road, when we see ROCC, when they are doing road, they create adjoining streets. They maintain a street where people can be passing through. But this the construction is going on. Now, what I saw in this 1 year plus of the infrastructural process is that we just see people doing road. They don't even care whether people live in that environment. They care less. And at the end of the day, you are impoverishing people by way of time, because time is money. If I'm meant to get to my place of work by 9, and I'm not getting to my place of work by 12, it's a problem. If you watch the policy of the cashless society that the president just suspended, why did the president suspend it yesterday? He suspended it because at the airport, people were spending more time all in the name of the cashless policy. And he said, as I yesterday, he said, this cashless policy is suspended so that people cannot be queuing. I said to myself yesterday, if you want to do this kind of thing, there are ways you create a better algorithm for it that will enable seamless approaches to it that people can pass and everything. He suspended that IGRO as a result of time that they are wasting over there. We have a governor. People are doing road. The people that are taking that road, they are hungry. They don't have place to pass. You cannot even take through Sapele Road. You pass here and pass here, they just block. Ogege, at a point I was driving, go and between Ogege and BIU. It's a problem with all the trailers and everything. No adjoining. The adjoining road they are doing, you know, definitely before they do the main road, they do the gutter.
Yes.
Now you are doing a gutter across an adjoining road. You will do it, you will just leave it there. No slab that will enable them to drive at and move to their place. These are problems. So we are not saying you shouldn't do infrastructure. Must you do infrastructure to punish the Edolite? It's not done. So when we are looking at all these things, is yes, indeed, there is selective in the approach of the road. Okay. Yeah, people in GRA, they are crying. People in certain areas, as you mentioned, they are crying. So if you want to do road, just tell us. If you want to be fair, say 6 road in Edo South, 6 road in Edo Central, 6 road in Edo North. That is fairness and equity. So you heard President yesterday. We heard that he has approved 6 major roads across Edo State. That's transparency.
We'll come back to you, Dr. Mansur. Bishop Lucky.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know that you have a lot to say. Looking at even the road infrastructure, the governor, like I said, in my own opinion, seemed to be happy with that. Is a flagship project, the Ramat Park flyover.
Seriously.
Commendable. But there are other roads in other communities that are not tarred. The rainy season will set in, and people will not be able to even drive out of their houses. So many roads in the communities, not in the city center. What's your take?
Well, the governor should extend this structural plan project to this community. Oluku here.
Okay.
Oluku, as a case study, there is no road.
No road in Oluku. It's so bad.
You pray if it rains in Oluku, if you came out of that road with that car still alive, it's by the grace of God. No road. Get to Yogi, no road. Igosa, no road. Okay, if you go to I call it Iyowa, there is no road. Johnny Street in Iyowa, if it rains, is something else. Now, if you go to those area of farming, there's no road. The other day, last year, I'll go to one of my daughter to bring something from the farm. I have to park my car, get a bike. Even the bike, I have to store somewhere. Use my leg to go and look for, get the thing. Now, look at the people that are even farmers. They are suffering to bring those their goods to the urban city. And things must be expensive. The governor should, if he's giving his flyover, thank God for that, everybody happy with it. 100%, you give flyover 60%. The other 40 what? Give it to the community roads, so that we can, in case of tomorrow, we want to bring things down to urban area, we have road to bring it down. Then number 2, he should not select road. He's a governor of Edo State, not APC governor. I said before, I said, this party system in Nigeria is our problem. He's Edo State governor, not APC governor.
Once he's voted in, he's
now
governor of everybody.
Everybody, whether you are APC, Afghan, whatever party, whether you are Muslim, Christian, Voodoo, traditional person, king, we are all Edo-like. He's our governor. He worked for the Edo people. That party system, if he can remove it and start focus, okay, let me work for everybody. Because whether you like it or not, if you decide not to do my road where I live because I am not your party, automatically anytime I am passing there and my vehicle is getting breakdown, I will remember you. This man, it's not about the party now.
Yeah.
The issue, I joined the doctor, he should come up with a strategic plan. In the Edo South, I want to do 10 roads. Then with the Edo South, say, Oga, governor, sir, with due respect, this is your 10 road, do 6 in the urban area and come to rural area where we produce food to the urban area and do cease. Edo Central now, last 2 weeks I was in Edo Central. If you go to Edo Central, the major area where the government is doing massive project is his village. Udomi. While the other side, I asked one of them, I said, are you sure this area, are you people from Edo Central or the people from different area? The guy said they are tired. He just said, Bishop, we are tired. He said, we have talked and talked and we are getting tired. Okay now, if you come with a plan and do it 10 road in Edo Central, they share it according to their local government, to the only 5 local government, 2. If he's doing that of Edo, no, to see everything. But if he's selecting, some people will not be happy. Then concerning that issue of...
Okay, thank you, Bishop. We'll come back to you. Yeah. This is 60 Minutes Nigeria. I hope you are enjoying the conversation. We'll take a brief break now. After that, Dr. Maxwell Osaige, Bishop Loke of Monabiese, they are ready to actually dissect the topic. Okay, it's always a delight to have you back on the program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Osamundiame Agbonlao. I have with me Dr. Maxwell Osaige. I also have Bishop Loki Omonabiese. We are discussing Edo State, and the focus is on infrastructure and the living condition of the people. In other words, the welfare of the people. My guests have been able to establish that distinguished Senator Monday Okpebholo is doing well and should be commended in terms of road infrastructure. But they are saying that while that is ongoing, the people must not suffer, because they've seen that where such constructions are going on, the residents, the locals are having problems driving out of their houses, driving to their place of work, driving to the school or wherever they are going to, because most of the adjoining roads do not have access roads to the major roads. A case in point, Sapele Road, flyover by Adesowa Junction, the residents of GRA Etete and some other parts of Sapele Road, Ajib, Ogege, down Sapele Road, they're having a lot of problems because they can't drive straight to Ring Road, which is the city center. At Ramat Park, the wonderful project of Mr. Governor, which is the flyover, commendable. But the other areas, there are so many roads that are supposed to link to the Ramat Park. Now, residents in those areas now, they are suffering because adjoining roads were not constructed, were not tied. My guests have also said that years back, in the 70s, sometimes roads are constructed even at night with floodlights, so that you do not obstruct traffic during the day. But now construction is during the day, then at night the construction workers go to sleep. Whereas it used to be road construction at night with floodlights, then during the day they have cleared the road and there's easy movement. They have also talked about that years back in the 70s, when there's road construction, the company will first of all establish other adjoining roads where motorists can ply while the road construction is going on. But nowadays, they do not care about residents. They just focus on their road construction. Whether the people are suffering or not, the companies are not bothered. They are saying that should be thwarted. So that's the discussion, and we'll continue. We'll continue with Bishop Loke Omonabiese. You talked about that farmers in the various communities, that those roads in those communities ought to be given attention. Maybe you want to throw more light on that.
Yeah, because that's the only way you can transport those goods to the market, the urban area.
Yes.
If those roads are not motorable, how do you transport the goods? If they now struggle and manage their way to navigate to bring the goods to the urban area with high cost of transportation, they still say increase. The government should understand that the people in the town, they don't do farm. they work in companies and the rest, they get salary. Those in the urban and the rural area, they are farmer. They come to settle them, they get their money. It's trade by barter. But if you just focus on the urban area and forget about the rural area, then by the time those guys in the urban rural are farmer going to bring the product to market and start selling one tube of ground for 9,000. For a man that receive 50,000 salary, how will he survive? They need to understand that he need to come to the roundtable with his cabinet and say, let us share it. We are doing 15 in those districts where I live. Okay. 5 in the urban area, 10 in the rural area. Tie the road, put street light, put security to guide the area. I'm telling you, also, between now and the next 6 months, all this issue of hunger, chaos, and all will stop. But we that they are helping, that the government is helping, we should be able to also maintain the road for the government.
Okay.
Because something in some Nigerian cities have some problem. They spoil government investment.
Yeah, I've seen that. Sometimes you will see side drains.
Yeah.
Side drains, refuse will be entering it. The landlords there will not even remove the refuse.
The last time he raised, even the young one acknowledged that we are money because the area is bad.
Yes.
Somebody brought out refuse from his house, about 6 bags.
Poured it.
For erosion. And I told him, I said, indigenous block, you will say government are bad.
Yes.
You are the one blocking it. Because anything that brought this drainage, you see this road is dead.
So the people must support government.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Bishop. We'll come back to you. Dr. Maxwell, the way forward.
Yeah, the way forward is very simple.
Okay.
Permit me to use scripture again.
Yes.
The Bible says, a good man leave inheritance for his children.
Yes.
Sir. So in this context, the governor should look at it from this angle.
Okay.
What that means is this: even if you have killed 20 persons, you leave inheritance for your children. That part of the Bible that says you are a good man, you are a good man for the fact that you left inheritance. You are aware that, oh, the children that are under me or the people that are under me shouldn't suffer. That one part is recognized as one of the attributes that God recognizes as making someone good. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. So I think the governor should look at it from this context. That from since this democratic process,
okay,
we've really not have someone from Edo Central who massively got the support of everyone, like this, aside Abrus Ali.
Okay.
Even with the massive support for Abrus Ali, we knew how it ended. If not Esama. You remember that rescuing him from prison. So now, Osareme Osumbo just spent few years, then Oshomole came in. Now, we don't think there is any court issue now that will likely remove, there is none. So he has his 4 years as the current governor. So invariably, the light has shined on him in the current dispensation as the first person coming out from the Edo Central, and he must be able to leave this regime as a good man. He must be able to tell the people that when next, I'm sorry, I try not to be sentimental, or I try not to go through tribal perspective. Yes. I try not to be sentimental when they come to tribal. Okay. But whether you like it or not, this is how our electionary processes has turned to, or our election has turned to, where it's now turn by turn. If a country is moving forward, do you care where the person comes from? No, it's because the country is not moving forward. This one is saying my person must rule. But be that as it may, he's the first person right now in the current dispensation who we will say will finish his tenure. By God's grace, he will finish his tenure. And if God permits, if God tarries, he can continue. And deliver for the Edo State people. But be that as it may, he must ensure that this legacy, posterity should speak for him by doing the right thing. And what is the right thing? Is by looking at the cry of the people. That is the right thing, not what the governor thinks. It's actually the people that he's serving. That should be the cry that he should listen to on a daily basis. So just like you heard the bishop said, when you do project, these are what we are thinking of. Create a blueprint on ground that will make people to remember you 20 years to come. Whether you like it or not, there are still some roads in this Edo State that are attributed to Ugbemudia.
Yes, sir.
After how many years? We see say Ugbemudia did this road.
Yes.
So it should be said of in time to come, it should be said that indeed Monday Okpebholo, one-time senator who became governor, this is the road he did. I'm sorry, why I will thank the former governor on how he brought a more a kind of a structural tendency to governance and everything. One thing which I said in this program before, one thing I said that I was not okay with is that as the governor was leaving, all the road he did also left with him. Because whether you like it or not, there are still some road that we are still talking about that Oshiomhole did.
Yeah.
That are still active till tomorrow. Tell me the road that the former governor did, Obaseki did, that will say is still standing as of today. I doubt. There are one or two command as far as those roads are concerned. But when you go to airport, carry out research. Yeah, those roads that he did went with him. That's one part I didn't like about the former governor. Why I admire him in terms of administration, guidelines, and the policies he brought aboard, how he strengthened some areas and everything, he ought to have also put into proper perspective that indeed all this infrastructure are things that will speak for you 10 years to come. Whether you like it or not, we take this road now, Benin Lagos Road. Those extra lane that Oshiomhole added, if he had not added those lanes, today you and I would have still been in trouble in this Ugbowo Road. Take it or you leave it. Go to Airport Road. Everybody said it was impossible. You cannot expand it. He did. That thing is still there till tomorrow. No asphalt has been laid on it since he left. How many years now? Almost more than 10 years, almost 10 years since Oshiomhole left. The road is still active. That's why I said, tell me the road that the former governor did that I will say is still active. That's one part that is not speaking well for him. But however, this governor should take a clue from that aspect and said, should I want to do road that will just, when I'm leaving office, the road will go with me? Because one of the things we use in measuring the activeness and the doggedness and the performance of governors today are majorly infrastructure. How many roads did you construct? We don't even talk about water again. It's just the road. Now, if it is the road that we see that you construct, why will you just concentrate your attention on flyover? There are other roads. We have more than how many millions of roads in Edo State. So you should be able to look at these things and say, how will this part benefit me? How will this part benefit me? And that benefiting you is the people that you are leading. No way constantly appearing in other media channels that are nationwide for the wrong reason. A few days ago, we heard destroying billboard in 21st century in certain part of the state. The other day, we heard we shouldn't be appearing for the wrong reason. And people talk, imagine they were talking the other day, say Edo State again. And I told me, I said, I am a proud Binima.
Yes.
A proud Binima. So when I hear Edo State again, invariably all of us, we are like this. We are not tout in this state. We are well-learned people, and we should be represented in the public in the manner by which everybody will look at us and say, yes, this is Edo State. Yeah. So those areas that the governor is not projecting well now, because whenever they go there to project it on all these media channels and everything, you are painting us in a very wrong manner. Meanwhile, there are a lot of things that he's doing.
Okay,
so you should be able to put this into
proper perspective. We'll come back to you, Dr. Maxwell. Bishop Loki, yes. We've seen that we need to look at the good side of this governor, Okpebholo, We've looked at other areas that we think that it should do more. Now, Professor Ambrose Ali is one man who continue to remember God what he did in education.
Yes, sir.
So what legacy would you say that this governor should leave behind? What do you think this governor should do that we should remember him for?
Number one, he should carry everybody along.
Okay.
In all his projects, whether it roads, in agriculture, education, carry everybody along, because we are in the 21st century.
Okay.
He should carry everybody along. I should give us solid road. It's constructed road, let it be solid, so that will remain for the next 10 years. So that when the next governor emerge, he should not think of that road again. Think different. Not that you are leaving the road you constructed photo everywhere, and the next governor is coming to tell us on that billion to reconstruct or rehabilitate the road.
As if they are doing one road all over again.
That's the GRA issue.
And then,
okay.
when you come to farm agriculture,
okay.
I said before, you should look for genuine farmers, not political farmer. We have political farmer, we have genuine farmer. Political farmer are those in party I quote,
yes.
Then they are not farmers, they farm by mouth. Then while the real farmers are in the bush, try to make this work. And or then bulldoze a large acres of land. Have state farming to support individual farming. That state farming, when an individual person is selling a bag of rice for 80,000 or 70,000, let the state be selling for 50,000 or 40,000. You see, for know that high cost of goods will reduce. Edo State is a fertile land. In your backyard, come germinate. In your backyard, plant cassava stand.
Yes.
In your backyard, yams. The Edo State is the fertile land. We are blessed people. And the Edo people, we are not lazy. So for you, I say, I don't want to hear Edo man is a lazy man. That is provoking me. No, Edo man is a lazy man. It's just that if you pursue a goat to the wall, he will turn and face you with anger.
Yeah.
The Edo people have been pursued to a certain level that they are now seeing fighting back with anger. No lazy, you are an Edo man.
Exactly.
You are not a lazy man.
No, I'm not.
You are an Edo man. Edo man, we're not lazy.
Yeah.
Because the people that are leading us are trying to frustrate us. We don't want to go out there in frustration, have our BP hypertension.
Yes.
We need to fight back.
Yes.
And then you should be able to do this too. If you're able to focus on quality road, quality education, quality agricultural infrastructure, I am telling you, we will not forget about it.
Thank you very much. Dr. Maxwell, while we are about concluding, recently the governor purchased so many equipment, tractors, bulldozers. In short, FCT Minister Wike was in Edo State to commission the project. But some persons are saying that such monies should have been maybe used to directly construct roads in rural areas instead of buying this equipment for local government chairman, that after some years you may not see those equipment again. What's your take as we conclude?
The same thing, I was coming there, the same thing, the intention by which the governor using purchasing those trucks, they actually good intention. But it's not just all about the governor now. The people you are leading. You know, I said before, I said, we, the humans, the most difficult thing to lead is easy to control goat than to control human. No, I was go and do research.
Yes.
All right.
It is easy to control goat. If you tell a goat, he will run and come back. Tell human go, he will say, why? And you are asking him, run for your life. He's asking you, why? So if care is not taking, you telling him to run, he will tell you, you run. So it's difficult to control human being. Yeah, has the governor done well by purchasing those things? By way of saying, okay, fine, we don't want you to be saying you don't have money to carry tractor, you don't have money to carry bulldozer, so that we can have all those adjoining streets constantly being graded.
Yes, sir.
Then you buy diesel, just grade as many roads you want to grade. This is not a matter of looking for money now to say I want to rent tractor or I want to rent grader, you have it at your beck and call. But guess what? If that tractor work for 1 year, without the writing memo to the state governor that the turbo charger of that tractor, is bad, and to get it, you have to get it from Switzerland, and it will cost even half of the money the governor used in purchasing the tractor. Even the governor will be frustrated. When he starts seeing memo in a year time of one part of those tractor equal to half of the amount he used in purchasing that tractor, himself, he will tell them to pack it. So that is the problem of Nigeria. So I doubt whether we'll be able to maintain it, because it's not just buying. Nigeria does not lack policy. Nigeria does not lack ability to get, but we have maintenance issues. Do you know how many vehicles were purchased for police over the years? Can you tell me every year? After 1 year, the police tells you that they don't have vehicle again? Maintenance. So I doubt if we'll be able to maintain it. But be that as it may, it's a good intention. Grade as many roads you want to grade. We used to have it those days. We are just at when we were growing up, a tractor will just come and will just start grading your road. They said it's a local government chairman grading.
That has not been happening for years.
Yeah,
now.
so I think that's the culture that the governor is trying to bring back into food, which is very good, and I commend him for it. So, but be that as it may, people should be able to extend this gesture that he has given to us. Let's take it back by encouraging him that this approach or this idea that he had become a reality in doing that. But the part I want to say, Ewosa, is this. It is this regime we constantly keep saying Chinese company coming in as helping us in infrastructural development. And their method, I think the governor need to speak to them. Their method is somehow like archaic in nature, 1960 method. Before Benin Asaba Road, they removed the former asphalt and everything. It took more than 6 months before they started now. And the work is a piecemeal and everything. And I asked myself, what kind of work is this? We know Julius Berger, when they start a work, they will tell you they want to close it to this level. The same way in Sapler Road, the OGG and BIO houses, the same problem. Sometimes we just ask ourselves, what are they doing? It seems to us that these people, they just wake up and say, okay, let's just do here today. They wake up tomorrow, let's do here today. So there is no a proper roadmap of, oh, we want to complete this kilometer section, or this section or this meter. Then we move from here to here and everything. It's just like, as you wake up, you do it. I think the governor should call them to order and tell them, please, the people cannot continue to suffer or in the name that you are doing road or you are building infrastructure. While you are building infrastructure, do you know what the life expectancy of Nigeria? Google life expectancy. Ogosa, if you are not spend more than 58 years in Nigeria, now God help us. Because it has been scientifically proven that life expectancy in Nigeria is 58 years. So anybody that passes through that exceeds that age, God has saved you and God has saved me. So what that means is this: government is killing us on a daily basis.
Thank you very much. Bishop, just one word, conclusion, please.
Well, I beg our governors, Senator Mondo, please give 40% to agriculture and come and help the rural areas so they can work and provide food for the poor in the urban area. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. That's the show. I hope you've enjoyed every bit of our discussion. A lot has been said, and I expect those in authority, those in charge of governance, to heed the advice of my guests and get things right. Do have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
This is ITV.
certainly the best.
RTV, certainly the best.
The new Edion expressed excitement as they danced and rejoiced before the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawori Benedion, who also joined in the dance. As visiting and paying of homage to various homes of senior elders continued, the initiates spent 7 days performing diverse kinds of rites as required by tradition. They were furnished with rules and regulations regarding their new office as Edion.
That I grew up in this community to the point that they have now also chosen me as an elder in this community. It's a thing of great joy. All thanks to the Esama of Benin, my people, my family, everybody, all Okada community for this great honor. I am very, very grateful.
Well, this is my brother. I'll call him my uncle because he grew up with my father. I'm so proud of him because we are doing the same rituals as the Edions of the Okada. It is our duty for us to make this place a greater place, for outsiders to come and see the goodness of God in Okada. And I'm proud of every one of us here. So shall it be to each and every one of us in Jesus' name.
Odion ma Okada zima Esama zima Dion Ebuna zima Dion Obala zima Dion Manawe Mari Esama Dion na Mimado Pom Esama Mimado Beken Esama Emana Dio Wena Esama Magbekene Osaba Obuyo Bitone Aba no get Tony Maga no diami Magame Manido Bekene na Ima Yafe Ima Ato Ima Agbo Aropa Ewudori Ima Adi Awogene all the Tiagbo Yano Emi Magame we need just question on me afa
in Esama in our father's house in respect of our initiation to elders Edion level. As tradition demands, we are here today to come and also pay our homage to him, for him to also pray for long life and prosperity.
The climax after 7 days was paying of homage again to the Edion way, where he gave the initiates the full rights to function and to henceforth participate in meetings with Edion. It will go down in the history and minds of Okada community, Ovia people, Edo State, and Nigeria in general. The ambience, style, and the colorful ceremony associated with the 2025 initiation into the Edion Council of former Governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakari Benedion, his brothers Bright Ayamekwe Benedion, Honorable Charles Osenwige Benedion, Peter Osawori Benedion, Dr. Fred Osawuni Benedion, Barrister Mike Osayene Benedion, Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Gwede Onse, Honorable Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Ukbonwa Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Igbenedion, as well as Agbong Steve Igbenedion, among other sons of Okada.
RTV, certainly the best.
Viewers, again, we welcome you to Message of Islam, reaching you from Independent Television Benin. Today we have a topic which is of vital importance. And the topic is simply Islamic ruling on intoxicants. Islamic ruling on intoxicants. What are the substances that constitute intoxicants? Inshallah, in the course of the program, the panelists will tell us. To take this vital topic this evening, I have with me in the studio Ustaz Sani Abdul Hafiz. Salaam alaikum. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. And we also have in the studio this evening Al-Aji Professor Bunyamin Ali. Salaam alaikum. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Viewers at home, peace be unto you.
Alhamdulillah. I'm your uncle Al-Aji Alamin Alao. Now let's go straight to the business of the day. We are looking at the topic Islamic ruling on intoxicants. So let me start with you, Ustaz Sani Abdul Hafiz. What are the substances, what are the things that constitute intoxicants as far as this topic is concerned?
In the name of Allah, all praise belongs to Allah, and we ask for Allah's peace and blessings upon the noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The substances that constitute intoxicants is anything that can change the sense of reasoning of a person when they consume it. This is what is referred to as intoxicant in Islam, and we call it a muskirun. And the Prophet Islam said every muskir, that is anything that intoxicates, is haram. Anything that intoxicates is haram. So whether it is alcohol or it is any of the substances that people consume, such as heroin, cocaine, cannabis, call them, name them, they are all under the classification of intoxicants, and they are prohibited in Islam. This is because of the Islamic objective to protect human mental health. That mental health is of paramount importance. When you have too many people who are sick in their head in a community, of course, you can be sure that everything will be in disarray in that community. So Islam considers mental health to be one of the very, very important part of the human system that needs to be protected. Now,
thank you very much. I'm coming to you now, Prof. Now, we have some who argue that it is not forbidden in the Quran. It's not entirely, completely forbidden in the Quran that you should take intoxicants. And some will refer to Quran chapter 4, verse 43, where Almighty Allah says that, oh, you believe, you not approach your prayers when you are drunk until you can grasp the meaning of your words. Some will refer to Quran chapter 2, verse 219, where Almighty Allah says that when you talk of intoxicants, there are benefits in them and there are sins in them. But the sins outweigh their benefits. Why we now have Quran chapter 5, verse 90, where Almighty Allah completely forbids or condemns the consumption of intoxicants. So can you please help the viewers to reconcile these three verses of the Quran?
You see, when Almighty Allah gives us an instruction in the Quran, sometimes it goes by way of telling us direct instruction, and there are some that pass through stages depending on the way the society is viewed. Of course, during the time of Prophet Muhammad, people were also they were indulging in the use of alcohol, intoxicants, and as such, as he was preaching to them, Almighty Allah now made it a kind of stage or stepwise instruction that gradually people were getting used to, people who had been used to the consumption of intoxicants. They were instructed when you want to pray, because just as he said, the moment you take any form of intoxicant, it changes your psyche. And if you look at the entire part of the body, the brain can be said to be the engine room of every being. Wow. The moment it is disturbed, automatically all the other parts and the value of such individual will be disturbed, including the people that live with such individual. That explains the reason why Almighty Allah calls our attention in many verses that whoever wants to worship him must have the cycle complete. The mentality of every human being must be complete, and that is where you can comprehend the nature of Almighty Allah. And as such,
yes,
in order not to tamper with that, Almighty Allah says you should not take any form of intoxicant when you are about to pray. The second stage was that if you feel you are taking it for any pleasure, for anything, it could be an advantage to you, but the main evil, the main sins that you commit after taking it is worse and much more than the advantage that you feel you are taking from it. And the final one, which Almighty Allah said that if any act of intoxicant, divination, and arrow train, all these are handworks of Shaitan. Desist from them if indeed you want to succeed both in this world and in the hereafter. And that one seals it, that whoever wants to succeed before fellow human being and before Almighty Allah on the day of accountability, such individual must get away from taking intoxicants, no matter how little it is.
Thank you very much. If you are just joining us, we are looking at the topic Islamic rulings on intoxicants. Islamic rulings on intoxicants. So those of you who try to argue that the Quran did not completely prohibit consumption of intoxicants, you've heard the explanation now, the exegesis of the Quran. The first verse revealed, you are told that do not approach your prayers when you are drunk until you can grasp the meaning of your words. Then they are just embrace Islam. And you know, in those days, during the Jahiliyyah period, they drink alcohol like water. So they embrace Islam, but they are still consuming alcohol. And those who now want to say Salah, God asks, if you want to pray, don't drink. Then some say, okay, I will not drink when I want to pray, but I will drink when I'm not about to pray. Then second verse also came, Quran 4:43, that there are benefits in them. And Quran chapter 2 verse 219, there are benefits in them, there are sins in them, but the sins outweigh the benefits. Why some stop consuming it? That, oh, since the sins outweigh the benefits, I will not consume them again. Before the final verse now came, we are now described it along with gambling, that the abominations devised by the devil, that you know abstain from them so I can be successful. Now, Islamic rulings on intoxicants. What are the sins? What are the consequences of consuming intoxicants? Does it have anything to do? Is there any correlation between it and crime rate in the society? What other thing? Why do you think we are asked to abstain from intoxicants?
The verse of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stepwise and systematically prohibited intoxicant. As you mentioned, Allah said the benefits, you say you have some benefits in them, but then the disadvantage, the harm that you will suffer from consuming them is more than the advantages that you think you get from them. Obviously, the Prophet ﷺ said, as a way of, making it non-negotiable to say you want to consume intoxicant, he said, Allah has not put the cure of any disease in that which He has prohibited. So that you cannot say that I am taking this alcohol, I'm taking this intoxicant because of my health. Some people say that they take intoxicant because they want to do away with their worries. When they are having issues with their wives or their families or in the office, they want to take intoxicant in order to throw them away from, the normal thinking, so that they don't feel the pain. But this is not a solution. In fact, medically, it is documented today that some of the stroke cases, consumption of intoxicant is becoming one of the risk factors in people that are having crises of stroke. Before, you have stroke more in the elderly. Now you are now having stroke in middle adults because of what? Consumption of these intoxicants. It's a risk factor, as has been mentioned. Now, the Prophet ﷺ, still to make it, there is no way. He's saying that whatever intoxicates in little quantity then it is, in large quantity, is prohibited in the smallest quantity. So that you cannot say, I can consume it. Then besides, if a person has become an addict of consuming intoxicants, the person risks his salah being accepted. So that it's not just about, it's me, it's my business, I consume it, it's not your business. In fact, the Prophet Islam says that the person who commits idolatry, that's one who worships other gods beside him. You know that the sin Allah does not forgive is the sin of associating partners with Allah. That the one who is going to be next to be condemned to the fire of hell on the day of judgment is somebody who became an addict of consumption of intoxicants. So that it is not something anyone should want to live with. If a person has it as a problem, maybe he has grown up with it from young age, it is something he can still fight, battle it, and see how you stop it. It is not only harmful to our health, it is a sin in the sight of Allah.
Thank you very much.
As you know too, that Allah does not allow you to take your life. Allah does not allow you to inflict harm on yourself. You are not allowed to enjoy yourself. So consumption of intoxicants is like killing the organs of your body system, and Allah does not allow that.
Thank you very much.
Now,
do not kill the organs of your body system. Do not commit suicide indirectly or gradually by consuming what is injurious to your health, what is injurious even to your mental health as well. Now, Prof, I'm coming to you again. For the Bunyamin idea, we have some people that are caused in respect of intoxicants, apart from the consumer itself. Can you please tell us some of them, so that people will not feel that, okay, it's only those who consume it?
Well, according to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was reported to have said that there are 10 categories of people that are caused along with or in association with intoxicants. The consumer, the one that prepares it, the one that works there, the one that sits where it's being consumed, and the one that bought it for another person. The person that they sent to go and buy it for another person. The person that carries it, and also the people that sit down where intoxicants or intoxicants are being consumed. All these are the categories of persons that are caused along with intoxicants.
Alhamdulillah. You can see, in order for consumption of intoxicants to stop, in fact, if people are consuming intoxicants and you greet them, you are also caused. So if they greet you, do not answer them. Then the distillate itself, the intoxicant itself, is also caused. We have 10 categories of people who are caused. So if the carrier is conscious, the buyer is conscious, you will discover that it will be difficult to circulate intoxicants. Now, coming to you again, Ustaz Sani Abdulaziz. I was talking about relating consumption of intoxicants with crime, armed robbery, kidnapping, assassination. You can see the in the country. Now, do you feel some kill under the influence of intoxicants, or that's their nature? Correlation between intoxicants and crime rates?
Surely, the consumption of intoxicants is connected with the level at which people are ready to commit crimes. Yes. Fornication, for example, and adultery are more like the twin sister with intoxicant. Hardly will you find anybody who is morally shameless that he will not consume, intoxicants. The same thing with those who go into armed robbery. Some of the people who go to the extent of taking the life of others, they need to be a little bit insane for them to be able to do that. They look for substances to consume to deaden their conscience, so that they will not have the human feeling that, oh, this is a human being that I want to deal with. So there is a connection. You, apart from crime rate, it's from the regulation in road safety that somebody who is under the influence of alcohol should not drive. Now, somebody who is under the influence of alcohol, to tell you how much it is so risky, can sleep with their mother. You know, you asking somebody that, okay, which of the sin is the one that you think is the greatest? To commit adultery, or to take intoxicant, or to murder? Alcohol consumption, intoxicant consumption is the greater of them. Why is it the greatest? The man who can stay away from committing adultery and can stay away from committing murder, by the time they consume intoxicant, they can do any of this. To the extent that one who is under the influence of intoxication can sleep with their mother, they can commit incest, they can go to any length because they are not in their senses. So how about you having for example, a medical doctor that wants to attend to a patient being under the influence of intoxicant? You have an engineer that wants to do the computation of what you need to be able to give you something that that's going to be durable, an edifice that will be solid, and is under the influence of intoxicant. Because some people just think that consumption of intoxicant is normal with life. It's a way of flexing, it's a way of maximizing your enjoyment of life, but it is not true. You are harming yourself, you are harming others. So this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prohibited it. There is connection with between consumption of intoxicant and the crime rate in society, no doubt. Those you are calling bandits, those you are calling Boko Haram, many of them, they consume these substances. Now,
Prof, is there any punishment under the Sharia? And what is punishment under the Sharia for consumption of intoxicants? And then some of the students now take different substances. And maybe you are a professor in the University of Benin. So you must have had some experience concerning what I'm talking about. Can you please advise the viewers and the students of the need to abstain from intoxicants?
Well, from Islamic point of view, if one is known to have taken any form of intoxicant, the person should be given 80 strokes of the cane. Yes. Now, aside that, for our youths today, generally, students and other people that belong to the category of those that we call youth, even the adults, everyone supposed to go away from any act of intoxicants. There are nowadays different forms. The ones that we are used to know are the normal alcohol, whether the brewed one or the local one we call kai kai, and the ones that they sniff, under which you have cocaine, you have heroin, and those that you also consume orally, under which you have, the ones that you smoke, marijuana is one of them, and there are nowadays, you have sophisticated marijuana that they have laced with other chemicals in order to be more potent than the ordinary one. And people also use marijuana in order to cook rice or cook beans. And apart from that, some eat it raw. All these are various forms through which people consume them. And some go to the extent of taking some other drugs like codeine, which in the medical circle is used in order to cure hard cough. And people have abused it. They take it excessively, and it deadens the cells, it deadens the senses. And not only this, there are so many other ones that people take in one form or another. Some even go to the extent of mixing some of these drugs with yogurt. And after taking them, there is this one they call the tramadol. Even there is another one more potent than tramadol, that after taking it, the person may be rolling inside the mud. The person will lose senses, and there are so many of them that people take. We have to go away from them, because the moment you take them, the individual becomes useless to himself and becomes a permanent problem to the entire society.
Thank you very much. Viewers, this is what we can take today on the program, Message of Islam. The topic discussed Islamic ruling on intoxicants. Intoxicants include tramadol, codeine, marijuana, heroin, cocaine, whatever can affect your mental health is forbidden completely in Islam, and it's also sinful. When you have consumed them, you cannot approach your salat. And the punishment in Islam was even 40 strokes of the cane before it was increased to 80 strokes of the cane at the time of Umar bin al-Khattab. Close to 100 strokes of the cane, which is punishment for fornication. Thanks for coming, Professor Bunyamin Aide, and thanks for coming, Ustaz Sani Abdulaziz. I'll be your uncle, Al-Ajj Alamin Alao. Viewers abstain completely from intoxicants. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Good afternoon and welcome to another exciting edition of Itches and Voices. We're very glad to have you today. Itches and Voices is a program brought to you by NAPFI, Network for the Advancement of People with Disability, a non-governmental organization here in Benin City. And today we'll be diving into the conversation on sexual and gender-based violence. This will be the beginning of a series that we'll be having on this program. And to help us do justice to our hearing impaired community, we have Goodluck Omosi as our sign language interpreter. And for our guest for today, we have the incredible Ronke Ojekere. Welcome very much, Matu.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, viewers.
Thank you. And to dive straight into our conversation, we'd like for you to tell us what you do to stand the ground for the conversation.
Thank you very much. My name, as introduced, is Ronke Ojekere. I'm the initiator of Society to Heighten Awareness of Women and Children Abuse, a non-governmental organization that is recognized by the United Nations. I'm also a member of the Edo State Gender-Based Violence Management Committee. We work on issues centered around the vulnerable persons, women, children, the youths, and the elderly.
Oh, that's amazing. And you said you helped. Is it just on sexual-based violence?
No. We do everything that concerns GBV. We do things that concern empowerment of young persons and adults. We work on advocacy and awareness creation. We go into communities, we sensitize and educate the populace on the general well-being of everybody.
Okay, that's very beautiful. And first of all, I'd like to ask, based on your experience so far, what would you say is the current situation in our country based on sexual and gender-based violence?
People normally ask me whether I think GBV issues or sexual and gender-based issues are on the increase or whether they are on the decrease. Well, I would say thank God for programs like this. People are now aware that they can come out and speak up and that they will get justice. The days of silence, you know, silence is what has actually played a dominant role in why many people have not been reporting. But right now, with programs coming up and people going into the hinterlands to talk to children particularly, we have taught them that they shouldn't be afraid to come out to speak up when things happen to them. So now there's an increase in awareness, there's an increase in reportage, there's an increase in a follow-through. Because people who come out to report, like we know, most times they are reporting, but do they really want justice? Many a times when we start off cases, you find that they chicken out. One, because they feel there's going to be stigma, they feel there's going to be name blaming and all of that. Then they look at the issues of culture and tradition. Yes. They also look at the issues of religion. But since we have this constant awareness creation, what we do is we go into the rural communities, we go into places and we educate the heads, community heads. So those community heads now do know that cases should not be settled in their palaces or in their homes using goat or fowl to appease the gods. We always say to them, let justice be the one to tell you whether the man is guilty or not, or the woman is guilty or not. So by and large, at least people are beginning to have faith in the justice system. You know, we have also been able to tell the DPOs at police stations that things are not, especially sexual and gender-based cases, are not supposed to be settled in the police station. Sexual and gender-based issues, we all know, are criminal offenses. Yes. So if you do the crime, you must be ready to pay for the crime. So we have that increased awareness, and so children are coming out, they are speaking up. Parents themselves are no more agreeing to being compensated for rapes and all that. So, and then with the VAP law in existence, so now it's now simplified. So everybody now can tell you. They may not be able to tell you the sections per se, yes, but at least they know that there is a law binding on this on whatever it is they are reporting.
Okay,
yeah.
wow. Thank you very much for that. And also, let's dive more into persons living with disabilities. You mentioned about how societal, they try to most times settle cases in maybe community halls and in palaces and not want to bring it to the appropriate place where justice will prevail. So I want to ask, in your experience too, have you worked with like persons with disability that came to report sexual and gender-based?
Absolutely, yes. Okay. Because you know that inclusivity is one thing, yes, that we preach about. And when you say inclusivity, what do we mean? We are adding everybody. It's not just the abled. We are looking also at the persons living with disability. Have I worked or have I had issues where I had to intervene with people living with disability? Yes, a lot of them. I have had sexual cases where persons living with disabilities have been raped. I have had persons living with disabilities come to make reports on gross domestic violence. You understand? So they know, that community knows that when anything happens to them, with networks like yours and DonorPid, you know, they know where to reach out to people. Even if they do not know, the heads of the networks know who to see and who will help drive their cases. For me, for example, My organization covers the entire Edo North, and we have cases that come in from Edo North of persons living with disabilities who have been raped, who have faced one form of domestic violence or the other. Very recently, we had a case that came up where the person who was living in disability was being maltreated, and the DPO of that community, I'm not mentioning names, yes, was trying to sweep it under the carpet. And the president or the chairperson of JONAPID reached out to me, and I said to her, don't worry, and you know, we all put machineries in place, and at least the perpetrator was brought to book. So because these things are in existence, and mind you, the president of JONAPID is also a member of the Edo State Gender-Based Violence Management Committee. So there's a synergy of everybody working in that space. So if you cannot handle it, you know who to go to, and that person, if that person cannot handle it, they know who to go to. That, like I said, the community heads have done a lot of good, because even them, many of them are educated people, thankfully. So they know what the law says concerning issues like this, and they know that they must not settle cases in their domain. So by and large, we will continue to see more reportage, but whether or not, like you were asking me, do I see a reduction in this thing? No. We will continue to, it may not be in my generation, it may not be in your generation, but we will continue to see more reportage, and we will continue to see improvements in our laws and improvement in having people come out to speak up, because your voice actually is your trump card.
Wow, thank you so very much. We're having an amazing edition so far, and I've been learning so very much from what Ronke has been saying so far. But we're going to go on a very quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue on the conversation. Thank you. Welcome back on that very quick break. We'll be continuing on our conversation. And Ma, you made mention of partnership within organizations and people knowing if they can't solve this, they know who to reach and what to do. So I want to ask, who, like, when you're referring to a case or solving a case, does it stop at your center, or what's like the process that it goes through, and some other ministries, or should I say societies, that work with you guys?
Like I said, we are an organization, and we work with the police.
Okay.
For cases like rape cases. We cannot handle rape cases, so we work with the police. We work with the Edo State GBV Center. Okay. We work with the ministry. Okay. For in case we have sheltering to do, we work with them. We work with network like yours. You know, we have our partners, we have our referral pathway. Depending on the cases that we are handling at a particular time, we know which case is going to. If it's from the local government, we know how to channel the cases from the local government, and then it trickles down to the state. But one thing we know is that we cannot handle it all. Once you have that behind your head, that listen here, you can't handle this case, the best thing to do, rather than keep the case on your table and let it just be there and you are not making a headway, push it out and let somebody who is best. The line ministries are there. We have Ministry of Justice, we have Ministry of Women Affairs, that is the umbrella body of many of these issues. Then we have Ministry of Justice for the justice thing. We have the police. So when cases come, especially criminal cases, when they come, we just push it out. We push it out and let the appropriate line ministry or organization handle it. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And still talking about persons with disability, would you say that the experience is different when handling a case for an able person and then a person with disability, or you say the response you give and the way you handle the cases, are they the same, or there's a difference when it comes to handling cases of persons with disabilities?
First thing I do is, the person living with disability, is that person a human being? Yes. Once you have that person is a human being, then the next thing you do is depending on that form of disability. I have had somebody with hearing impairment, right? And although I do not have a sign writer or anybody, but I noticed that one person that came to me was watching my mouth as I was talking. And then I know that person was educated to an extent. So what did we do? I don't have a sign writer who she'll be looking at, so I brought out a jotter, and I first told her on the jotter, this is what I am going to be doing. Okay. And I explained to her that she shouldn't be afraid that her report is going to leak somewhere else. I want her confidence. And I now said to her, please tell me your story. And then she told me her story, and I wrote, and she read, you know. And when it was like, I wasn't getting what she was saying. Yes. You could see that.
Yeah, the look on her face.
That resentment. No, this is not what I said. So I said, okay, explain to me again, and she did. Right. I have worked with the visually impaired, you know, and they had a guard, and I was talking to that person with the middleman interpreting. But the most difficult case that I have had was somebody, I can't remember, was she, I think she was both, either deaf and dumb, or you understand. So it was pretty much difficult. And the person who brought her to me also had limited, you know, so it was, but many a times we've been able to get, if not 100% success stories with it, we've been able to get maybe 60%, which is also a pass mark. You understand? And many still come back. You know, many still come back to say what is happening and how they have been able to move on and all of that. But one thing I do not do is I do not express sympathy. I don't do it like, oh my goodness, no.
Can you share more light on
what I do is, people will say, is this woman human? Why would she say she's not sympathetic to the... Yeah, no. What I do is, I hear you.
Okay.
I understand what you are saying. I feel you. Okay. Not, oh my goodness, I have noticed in the course of my interactions, even with the abled people, you know, I have noticed that when you start telling them, oh my goodness, and you start feeling sorry for them, you know,
it might affect the
yes, so I make it easier on my part to be able to say, listen here, I hear you. I understand what I understand what you are saying. I do not say I understand what you have gone through. It didn't happen to me. So I cannot understand the kind of trauma that but I understand what you are trying to say to me. Don't worry, you'll get justice. We'll see to it that we'll put all hands on deck to ensure that things get better for you. Yes, those are the kind of things that are more empathic than sympathetic towards issues like that. Yeah.
There's actually a difference.
Yes.
So on cases when people come with AIDS, how do you guys ensure that the communication is like for real and sincere? For instance, if a hearing impaired person or a speaking impaired person comes to report a case, most times they come with aid. How do you guys ensure? Because I think we're talking about a case where somebody said they were doubting if the person speaking on behalf of the person with a disability was actually sincere. On cases like that, how do you guys solve or attend to matters like that?
If the person who is reporting has some level of education, many times I want that aid to just sit back. That's why I say I have a jotter and we write. Even if the person's tenses are not correct, I'd rather have that person. It is only when that person is visually impaired that I will now rely on what I'm being told. But many times those people actually come with people who have a genuine interest at heart. Yes, that's what happens. But many times I don't see people who come with them as people who are not genuine to their cause. I don't see them.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think that makes more. And then we'll be asking, I'm talking about the stigmatization and the social attitude towards these cases. Have you guys experienced a case whereby some people had to bring a halt to the whole process because of the stigmatization and societal attitude towards their case?
I had somebody who came to me and said she had reported a case, and whoever she was reporting to said, you will be like this.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I think that person was just being flippant. But you're not happy, say, person touch you. And I was moved. Although I just sat there listening, because like I said to you, I never like to show, you know. And she was telling me, no, that she felt very bad. She was now thinking, is it because I'm like, ma'am, you know.
Actually.
But it touched me. It touched me that I'm like, can people be so insensitive? Somebody is reporting a case to you, and you are saying, you are not even happy that somebody put you in the house. You understand? Yes. But I could not judge. I was not there. I don't know the person. The person who was reporting to me was neither, this one just had movement impediments and all of that, and it was a bad case, you know. Yes. But at least she was still correct. She was intelligent and all of that. So, and she was telling me, and she said, no. So I said, no, don't worry. It's going to be a different ball game. So I always say to people, if you are not cut out to listening with people with disabilities, do not for any reason go into it. Because the last thing they don't want is being reminded of their disability.
Yes, well, thank you very much. It has been a very exciting program today, and on this topic I wish we had more time to go more into it. But ma, before we'll be rounding up very soon, is there any short message you want to pass out to people at home on this topic? A very quick one.
People living with disability, know that you are not alone in the fight. If anything happens to you, reach out to somebody. If that person cannot help you, that person will reach out to somebody who will also reach out to you. And if you do need assistance for anything, you know where to go to. If you don't know where to go to, just talk to somebody.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ma. It was exciting having you in the studio today. And by the way, this is NABID Network for the Advancement of People with Disability, and our office is at 34 Aresa Street off Sankwamba Road. In case at any point you need to reach out to us, you can come to our location. Thank you very much for sticking with us. Remember, this is Itches and Voices. Until next week, spot a itch and be a voice. Thank you.